through this. Let's have another look.
And this is just really just not panicking. He could have very easily have just slammed on the brakes, but he stayed focused, got through it. Could be the winning move.
He was headed straight towards Paul Menard, that 27.
And I tell you what really worries me, that 17 has got that body damage on the right front. I just noticed his teammate Greg Biffle goes by. He's got some damage on the right side. Those two Fords have been potent all day long, but there's a couple of guys back there that set that 18 car. I don't think you've heard the last of him either.
We did not get the 1 to go sign that time by the start finish line. That's because the track crews are still working down in turn 1, and somebody's car, we'd surmise Denny Hamlin, shedding parts as we go around. A lot of speedy dry down in turn number 1 that they're going to have to work their way through.
You know, a driver that we need to shout out, David Reagan. You see Jimmy Johnson up on top of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s pit box. Jimmy Johnson having engine issues, but running in the 5th position, David Reagan in that 34 car, the winner from Daytona last July, all but won the Daytona 500 back in 2011 and swapped lanes and was penalized. There he is running in the 5th position.
And Larry, I think I know why. I bet Jeff Gordon's still here. I bet Jimmy Johnson's still here, because they want to hang around. They've got 2 bullets out here. You got the 88 and the 5. 5's running 10th, 88's running 7th.
Don't say it. Rick told you not to talk about it.
Could be a good day for those boys.
1 to go with 3 laps to go. In yesterday's big one, in the Saturday race, Eric McClure was injured and transported to the University of Alabama Birmingham Hospital. A release from the team this afternoon indicates that Eric is stable and alert, undergoing tests and remains under observation. But Eric and his family wanted to express their thanks to the entire NASCAR community and fans for their thoughts, support, and concern.
Well, back in the day, a fuel cell saved a lot of lives. An interliner saved a lot of lives. There's no question in my mind that these safer barriers have saved a lot of lives.
Here's some audio from Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team.
Appreciate it, CJ. You should be a crew chief. I was doing my media duties, man, talking about how spectacular you were going to be in these last 2 laps.
He must have been trying to talk to Steve Letarte while we were interviewing him. Steve was a little busy at that moment.
That's TJ Majors, Dale Jr.'s longtime spotter.
No, I know what it is. Junior he hadn't been in an argument with Steve all afternoon, and he's going to miss a chance if he doesn't do it now.
19 cars are on the lead lap. Some, like Michael Waltrip, Paul Menard, and others, with damage from one of these last 2 cautions. So there are probably 15 likely contenders for victory as we go green-white checker for the first time with 2 laps to go in the advertised 499 miles.
Theory is a mathematical value.
Okay. Really looking forward to your next book.
Did you bring the thermal imager?
I don't think we need it. It makes me look like the Great Gazoo.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but we definitely need it, Zach.
Keselowski had his hand out the window, perhaps signaling to Kyle Busch. Green flag and a lot of speedy dry down in turn 1. Here we go.
Keselowski was telling Kyle Busch, come on, let's go. But look at those 2 Fords. They just accelerate right, got on the bottom. Good choice on Matt Kenseth's part, got his teammate behind him.
The dust flies as those Fords try and fly away from the field.
Don't want to get too far out there.
You guys are clear by 4.
Look at that 17 car. This looks like Daytona all over again. Everybody complained about Greg Biffle not trying to pass Matt. He said, I couldn't get to him. He can't get to him now.
However, the field will accordion back together. Here comes Earnhardt with the 34 on the bottom.
There's
David
the guys
Reagan.
You got to watch on the outside, Larry. Here they come.
Look
the 2
at the
and
run.
the 18.
Keselowski in the 2. Look at the run. He's getting there with that push from Kyle Busch.
Did Matt Kenseth get too far out in front, or is he setting up for this? The last lap as they come to the line, 1 to go.
Well, you don't want to lead on the last lap, but I'm not sure that that's going to work out the way Matt thought it was when this is the white flag lap.
Junior up the outside, somebody steaming. In that pair, it's Kyle Busch. Casey Kane.
And the problem, man, he's got no help. He's all by himself.
But think about Kyle Busch. He lost the race yesterday by leading coming back to the checkered flag.
And also
Think about the move in the tri-oval here.
Right.
Think about your...
It's a two-horse race. Clint Boyer's gone Stanley Steamer. Up in turn number 3.
Hey, boys.
A car length apart, Kyle Busch from Keselowski.
It ain't over yet. Remember that start-finish line.
I don't think he's close enough, Darrell. I don't think he's close enough.
Brad Keselowski pulling away. It's all happening behind him, and Keselowski for the second time will go to victory lane in Talladega.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Hey, we had enough fuel, man.
Brad Keselowski gets his 6th Sprint Cup win in his 99th start, winning for Roger Penske and Paul Wolfe and Dodge. His last win came in Bristol in March.
How many years ago did you say it was that a Dodge won?
The first time, Darrell, in 36 years, when Dave Marcus did it for Nord Krauskopf in the K&K number 71 Charger. That's the last Dodge to go to victory lane here in the Cup race. Wow.
That just didn't work out for Matt Kenseth at all.
So nobody else could hear you. Thank you.
Keselowski crosses the stripe. And there's the gap to Kyle Busch. And for third, Matt Kenseth hangs on over Kyle Busch, then Biffle, Bowyer, Reagan, Earnhardt Jr., and Trevor Bayne.
Matt Kenseth's problem was couldn't nobody run with him. He had no help on that last lap.
So it appears that Kenseth did get too far out in front and lost the draft by being too far out.
And then when the 2 cars went by him, when the 2 car and the 18 went by him, he couldn't get on them, and there was nobody behind him to push him back up there until they got all the way over here to the tri-oval.
I'd say Brad Keselowski getting his 2nd win now in 10 races. He's feeling already pretty good about making the chase.
Now this is coming down for the restart. He's just catching a little bit of air there.
I think he's just trying to get a breath of fresh air because he knows he's going to have to hold his breath for about a minute. I don't think there was any doubt in Matt Kenseth's mind at this point that he was going to win this race.
Wow.
Had his teammate behind him. They clear everybody, but he didn't have any help.
And for the first time in 5 Talladega races, the leader in the tri-oval is the leader at the finish line.
Yeah, Kyle Busch he could not stay with Brad Keselowski.
The Michigan driver lights it up at start-finish as his crew chief and team celebrate. Brad Keselowski is the winner in Talladega.
You control. Follow all the action with the most real-time stats and telemetry anywhere. And go even deeper with the new RaceView 360 with more driver and pit stats than ever before. RaceView, only on NASCAR.com.
For the Sprint post-race show as we welcome
to be on the last lap. Describe what happened on that last lap for you.
I don't know. We had a great M&M's car all day. Just phenomenal job by this JGR bunch to give me a good piece, and we were running up front there, and I didn't think we got connected soon enough, and they got away from us, and then we did get connected, the 2 and I. Drove by him, and then it was just a race between him and I, and somehow getting into turn 3, I just got disconnected from him, and once that happened, the race was over. It was all his. So not sure if he did anything. If he did, he's pretty smart, but I think our stuff just come unplugged.
All right, good run.
Thanks.
Chris?
Thank you. A bit of an upset, bit of a shock. He led a total of 10 laps, 516 miles in victory lane.
Well, thank you, Chris. Just now pulling into victory lane, and he taking his helmet off and his Hans device off, getting unplugged from his radio. Brad Keselowski, come on out and celebrate. Brad, I heard you say on at least 3 different occasions during this race that you were going to be patient. Was that the key to winning this race today?
Sure. Well, you know, Talladega, patience is a bit of an oxymoron because, you know, you got to go hard to win this race. And I went hard a little bit early there with Kurt and got with him. And I want to start by saying sorry, Kurt, if you're watching. You've been a great friend and a great teammate when I worked with you, and it's the last thing I wanted to see happen. That was just a miscommunication on our part. So I'm sorry about that, but great at the end, great racing. Just awesome. I think it was a perfect combination of the tandem and the pack racing, and it just fit our Miller Lite Dodge perfect. It was just really strong with that combo, and my guys did a great job all weekend.
Brad, walk us through your strategy at the end of the race.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of drivers that are going to watch the replay of the last 2 laps, but I had this whole plan if I ever got in that situation where I was leading. And I thought about it and dreamed about it, what to do. And sure enough, going into 3, it was just me and Kyle. And I knew the move I wanted to pull, and it worked, you know, because the guy running second should have the advantage. But I had this move all worked up in my mind. Now everybody's seen it and they know it, but I'm glad I was able to get a win with it. You know, I went into turn 3 high and pulled down off of Kyle and broke the tandem up, which was what allowed me to drive on, you know, untouched to the checkered flag. But it wasn't easy to convince myself to do that, but it was the right move, and I'm glad it worked. Kyle did a great job. It was nice working with him. You know, we've had up and down history, and it was great to be able to work together to get a 1-2 finish. So I know he wanted to win too, but this win's really big for our Miller Lite team because, you know, 2 wins at the wild card and all that, you know, almost makes you immune to missing the chase. And this team is going to be strong come chase time. The best is yet to come for the Miller Lite Dodge.
Congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Chris Myers.
All right, thanks, Steve. And this